Happy second birthday, Salt House. It has been 2 years since we opened our doors, and it is stunning to remember all that has happened, first to get us ready for that day, and all that has happened since. Let's spend a few minutes remembering together and celebrating all that God has done. Our building was built in the 1950s and housed Trinity Lutheran Church for 60 years of ministry. In June 2013, Trinity made the hard, grief-filled choice to close their doors and generously donated their property and the money they had left to Holy Spirit Lutheran Church across town. The folks of Trinity were willing to face the death of something they loved, knowing that God could resurrect something new. Now that is faith. Holy Spirit Lutheran Church gathered groups of their folks together to pray and dream about the bold, beautiful possibilities of this gift. Out of the countless ideas, they decided to make the building a hub of ministry with young adults, folks in their 20s and 30s who were nearly absent from progressive churches, to let them be the church in fresh, organic ways, embodying the compelling, inclusive life of Jesus. When I started in August 2014, contractors were ready to begin our building renovation. Hello, ADA restrooms and roll-up garage doors. They got to work in reorienting the sanctuary on its side and replacing the flooring. We had no name, no people, just a building under construction and a dream and a handful of folks. As the renovation got started by the end of August, Jason and I began gathering together all the young adults we could find from Holy Spirit and other connections to share in a weekly Sunday night meal. The small community was the seed of what eventually became Salt House, a time where we lived into one of the core values of Salt House, that good and sacred things happen when we eat together. We chose to carry that centrality of food together into what would become our worship life together. We chose a weekly Sunday evening service with dinner together after, twice a month. About 25 of us dove in to get things ready for the launch, practicing worship on Sunday evenings during the season of Lent in 2015, with countless other folks joining us for various work parties and making donations of time and resources. We opened our doors for the first time on March 29th, Palm Sunday 2015. It was a great day that marked the beginning of our creative, interactive, and experimental approach to worship and our life together. We have evolved in these quick 2 years through changing our worship time to the morning, responding to a growing children's ministry, launching our Thrive teams. Our numbers have also grown from an average of 35 people in our first year to the new normal of 60 to 70 people, including up to 18 children. Most importantly, what had also grown was our sense of identity, who we are and our capacity for what we could do. From where we sit now, things are very different than they were even just a year ago. In our first year, pivotal opportunities to partner with God and impact our city changed the trajectory of Salt House. December 2015, at only 8 months old as a community, we said a unanimous yes to giving away our 3,000 square foot unfinished basement to become a day center for families experiencing homelessness. We had no extra cash and we were still an intimate community, yet we knew the resource that we had, our basement, could absolutely be used by God to impact the crisis of homelessness on the east side of Seattle. It's now the new Bethlehem Day Center in our basement, staffed by the Catholic Community Services. It opened in November with an average of 35 people there every day, receiving meals, showers, laundry services, play space, computer access, and case management, with 7 families to date having found permanent, affordable housing for the Day Center. As the Day Center opened in fall, we found our Salt House community in the final stages of articulating our emerging sense of identity. A lot had changed in the year and a half since we'd begun. We looked around to see that our community is not just young adults. We have people of all ages, including young adults, who are a part of Salt House, which is a tremendous gift. And so now our sense of mission and identity, who we are called to be, the best that we can see at this point is that we are called to be a school for love, for those living through transition. And we look to Jesus, the living example that we have in him, to show us what that life of love looks like. Our focus absolutely includes the transitions and changes of young adults, and we keep a particular focus on including them. And it also includes all the big and small transitions we face daily throughout our lives. Following our yes to the Day Center, as we finished up in 2016, we at Salt House had another yes to say. We were approached by the city of Kirkland to sell 1/6 of our land to become a 24/7 shelter for families and for single women experiencing homelessness. And after the survey work and examining our finances and talking it out as a community, we said yes. A yes that will change the story, change history for families and women living through the transition of homelessness on the east side. We expect to see the sale completed late 2017, with construction beginning summer 2018. And in addition to all of this, we just have a stinking good time together. right? In worship, at meals and groups, it is overwhelming to me to consider all that has happened, all that has been made possible because so many people stepped up to lead, to take responsibility, to act with their passion and compassion. The people of Trinity Lutheran Church are amazed and delighted at the resurrection that's happened in their building. Their generosity keeps flowing through us as God's generosity at work in growing us and in impacting our neighborhood and world. And dude, this is only 2 years in. What's next for us, Salt House? What does God have in store for us? Well, if these first 2 years are any indication, we have quite a wild ride ahead of us. Especially given the current climate in our country and our world, there is a lot of love that needs to be put into action, be put into this world. So I'm so excited to see what God has for us. We've said some incredible yeses together, and I can't wait to see what the next yeses will be. The yeses that we say to God, and the love and transformation that will happen in us, in each other, in our neighborhood, and in our world. Happy second birthday, Salt House. For all of this, we say, woohoo! And we say, thanks be to God.